The Smorgasbord Radio Show.
Hi, everybody. This is Chris, and this is the SmorgShow podcast, episode number 112, coming to you live. Well, recorded live, February 14th, 2020. And I have a guest arriving. There he is. Welcome, Dave.
I thought I was going to get escorted today. Like usually you send a car for me, but today I had to walk. I just want to know who do I complain to? Because
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
I'm wiped out from that walk. I mean, to walk from O'Hare.
Oh, man. I didn't realize you were coming in.
It took me 8 days
Yeah.
to get here. You know, I mean, at least I'd like to towel off or something.
Well, thank you for arriving on time.
Oh yeah, I'm always on time.
You're always on time, no matter where you're coming from. Yeah. Well, next time I'll make sure you have the right escort service.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for coming. Hey, this is the Smorgasbord Radio Show that you've been hearing so much about. And we've been at this for 10 years. We just had our 10th anniversary a couple weeks ago.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's an accomplishment.
Yeah, that was fun to look back. We had a little retrospective, but we didn't do the big look back like we did for our 100th episode. That was a real elaborate episode where we did 3 hours of just playing old.
Yeah. I mean, you can only do that so much.
Yeah. This one was actually just talking about life changes over the last 10 years, especially in Allie's life, where she started this show when she was in 6th grade. And now she's, going to be married next year. So it's like, wow, that's a big time span. So we just talked a little bit more about kind of what we've done over the last 10 years, rather than focus so much on the show itself.
And, I'd like to say too, that as popular as podcasts have become, because I've been doing some research on this the last few months, and I think there's something like 700,000 podcasts out there now.
Is that the number now?
I think so. It's about that. And, I get the daily news and all that, and I'm just trying to keep up. But like, for example, Apple is no longer the number one podcast service
Distributor. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Really?
Spotify. It's Spotify now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
That just recently came out in January. But the fact that you started your podcast before it became a thing. I mean, it was a thing, but now it's a thing. Everybody wants to do a podcast now.
Well, we talked about a little bit of this last episode. We were saying that when we started this,
And you're an old pro.
I didn't know what I was doing 10 years ago. Podcasting, people weren't taking it really on the road yet because iPhones were still only a couple of years in. The podcasts were, I guess the name podcast came from the iPod, just the ability to take something portable, but you still didn't have that ability to do a lot of streaming live and downloading and going on there. So people downloaded in advance, synced it with their computer, and then they went on, what about their business. But just the effort of getting something online and the whole mechanics about publishing podcasts was totally different.
It was so difficult because you had to understand what an RSS feed was. And that's complicated stuff.
And so when we started, it was really just me posting an audio recording. And I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe somebody will just come across this someday. I didn't realize that podcasting, what it was, and that you subscribe and that whole thing. So it's really come a long way. Sorry, I've got my mouth full.
That's all right. These pretzels are just irresistible. They're so good.
The Bavarian pretzels. Yes, we are together here. And I'm going to call this Palentine's Day.
Palentine's Day. Now, what does that mean?
Yeah, stick with me. So, we got Valentine's Day. Everybody knows Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
And then now we've got this new thing called Galentine's Day. I'm like, what is Galentine's Day? I'm going to Target. I'm seeing the card section. There's a whole card section with Galentine's Day. And it's just gals that hang out together on Valentine's Day. They don't need a guy anymore.
And you know what's funny is that I just first heard that word today. I didn't know that was a term. And as soon as you said it, I knew what it meant.
Yeah.
I just figured,
yeah,
it's like, it just flashed into my mind. Okay. A bunch of women are gathered together on Valentine's Day and they're just eating gallons of ice cream.
and chocolates, bonbons, right? Is
which
that what girls
which
eat?
which I'm sure men can do the same thing.
Yeah. And I'm not usually one of these people that jump on the bandwagon and start using a term because everybody's using it. And like everybody was starting to say, oh, sorry, my bad. I never did that.
That one has passed away. In my
Yes.
opinion, it is just so awful.
But so I'm not really into this Galentine, but I thought, okay, you're coming out to the studio. I thought, well, why don't we do a Palentine? Because you're my
Day.
pal.
Right.
And I want to talk a little bit about things that guys do for Valentine's Day when they don't have, another significant other, or in my case, Kim is actually in Washington, D.C. because, the last couple of episodes talking about my dad passing away in November. So a lot of things to do with the estate. And so Kim wanted to go see my stepmom just to check on her, spend some one-on-one time with her, only the way women can do, because I can go out there and help, but it's not the same, I think, on that level for her. So that was her original attempt. But while she's out there, she's helping to visit the attorney because there's a lot of things to move over to figuring out what goes into probate versus what stays out. And then there's this condominium that's coming my way that you got to figure out how to transfer that over.
Yeah.
And just all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I told Kim, I say, okay, when you go out there, I want you to get copies of this, so for example, these two guys live in this condominium that my dad owns, and they paid 6 months in advance rent. So they're paid through June. But then somewhere along the way, if I'm going to sell this place, I need to give them advance warning. I can either tell them, hey, I'm putting this up for sale, give you the first right to buy it, or I'm going to put it on the market and you just have to make the place available to see, for the showing. And I have to give them, I think, and that's what I'm going to find out when she brings back the lease, like 60 days notice. And then that whole thing. So that's coming up later.
You suddenly become a landlord.
Yeah. I don't want to be a landlord.
Yeah.
No, I don't need to be getting those calls. I don't know if I would. I don't really know what my dad did because obviously he was in Washington. There wasn't much he could do out to Chicago. I think they have like a first line maintenance number that they would call for the things like, hey, my furnace is out or something.
Yeah.
So anyway, I told her to bring copies of that back and then, whatever, all the paperwork and the trust stuff that's there for me. So she's out doing that stuff. So anyway, long story short, I'm alone on Valentine's Day. So I had you out for Palentine's Day. I wanted to talk a little bit about, I found this, I don't know if it's an article, but this thing about top man bonding activities.
Okay.
I thought this could be kind of fun.
But in our case, the kind of things that we like doing are not necessarily the same as what you might call the average, getting together to watch the Super Bowl or something. That's something that we've never made plans to do, watch a sporting event.
No.
I don't even know if we've ever gone to any kind of sporting event.
No, I don't think we have.
Not that I recall.
That might actually be a man bonding activity. We're just going to have
it probably
to find out.
is.
Yeah, we're just going to have to find out.
Probably sitting at a watering hole getting loaded. We don't do that.
No, don't get loaded anymore. At least not out in public.
Yeah, right. And we don't necessarily build things. It's not like we're men with tools.
Well, hold on to those thoughts because you're getting ahead of me here.
Okay.
So those on the YouTube cam here, we're doing a live stream. How you doing? Well, actually, we're recording this for a future release, but hey, we're going to pretend like we're live.
So today, for anyone watching, is Valentine's Day.
That's right.
If they're watching on the release date.
Yeah, we're actually recording this a week before Valentine's Day, but when we put this out, it'll be Valentine's Day. It'll be a whole special thing.
So happy Galentine's Day and happy Palentine's Day.
Did I ever tell you, Dave, you're my pal?
And happy Valentine's Day for those who
actually, can
partake.
Yes.
Of the festivities.
You're all welcome here.
All are welcome.
So I'm going to put on my readers. Whoa. So
I've got about 3 pairs of those.
Well, I learned last time when we were doing the episode together back in October when I brought out the vault, the little essay I wrote about my failed love relationship there.
Right.
I really struggled.
It is a little hard to read down here too. I mean, it's a little dark.
Yeah. I put on some more lights here.
But the readers really help. Especially
when you're reading for an hour and a half, like I did for that episode. It was tough to get through. So I decided to get these, and hey, they're working out fantastic. So
And I don't use my bifocal. I have a bifocal. I don't use it for reading. It's horrible. I don't like them. They're fine. I need them for driving.
Right.
You need a bifocal for driving, for street signs and things like that. But I don't use them for reading. It's just you have to put your neck in an awkward position, and I don't like it. So I still use the readers for reading, or I would get a special prescription reading glasses only.
Oh, okay.
I would do it that way.
Yeah, the readers seem to help me, especially I have problems going to restaurants and the menus if the lighting is dim, and that's been a trouble. And then, Kim will hand me her lady glasses, and I'll do one of these, like, just
somewhat emasculating.
3 seconds. Okay. I try to scan the whole menu with one glance, putting the glasses on.
You could always bring a little monocle, like Colonel Clank or whatever.
But I'm not at the point yet where I'm carrying them around with me. Isn't life in the 50s, in your mid 50s, a good time?
It's grand.
Okay, so maybe I should get into my man voice. How's this? Yes. Okay, so top man bonding activities. First is bike rides. Okay. All men like the thrill of bikes. So go for bike rides together and explore unseen corners of your city. You can even go for the weekend bike trip to mountains or other offbeat destinations and enjoy a great holiday.
All right. Well,
it doesn't say what kind of a bike. Just be
motorbike and or a bicycle,
regular bicycle. I don't know. Let's see how many of these things we can check off that we've said we've done together. I don't think we've ever gone on a bike
so
ride
that's
together.
0 so far.
Okay, we're on a good side. All right. Number 2, drinking. Not that you should be drinking a lot, because eventually it's harmful for your body and health. However, catching up with your friends once in a while for drinking can be a lot of fun. Just like girls, guys too have their own gossip to share, and they find fun in sharing it over a few drinks.
Okay, I guess we'd have to say we've done some of that.
We have. We did a lot of that in college for sure. And but now it's more like chai latte.
Right. Which I have right here.
Yeah. I actually poured me a brewski just because it goes really well with the Bavarian pretzels, but and to loosen me up, because I get nervous around a microphone, so this really helps me loosen up.
You don't get nervous in front of a microphone.
Someday I'm going to get the hang of this. Okay, number 3, playing sports or watching a sports game.
Yeah. Have we ever done that?
No.
I think the only time I have the memory of when the Cubs were in the World Series.
Yeah.
And we had it on a little bit. We were checking for updates.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
But we didn't watch.
That was for my 50th birthday.
Yeah, that was your party, and we weren't watching the whole game. But occasionally I would ask for somebody to tell me the score.
If you guys have a particular sport that interests everybody in the group, then fix up a day when you can play it and have friendly matches between yourselves. How does that work?
You mean like
foosball? Oh, this is actually
stuff.
This is the playing the sports part. Okay,
playing. Sports.
Okay, it could be football, cricket. I played cricket with Baba when he's been out here. Baseball or anything else that interests you. Men across the world love sports. They may not love the same sports, but they generally enjoy watching some sort of sport. It is somewhat the ultimate expression of manliness. Whether it's the competitive nature of sport or the exhilarating, loud environment, there's no doubt that watching a game is a man's favorite pastime. Sports bring men together because they discover who they are, their likes and dislikes. During a match, they do all sorts of things like hitting the tables, screaming their heads off, or just going barbaric. It's definitely one of those male bonding activities. Who writes this? I wonder if a woman wrote this. This could be like
it could be. I mean, that maybe
all the stereotypical things that they think that guys do.
Definitely stereotypical. Yeah. There's no doubt about it.
Okay, so strike.
That's a 0.
That's 0.
Yeah, we've never done that.
I'm going to keep track. So we've got drinking. Okay, number 4, an adventure trip. Go for a camping trip together and enjoy adventure activities alongside, such as paragliding, river rafting, underwater driving. What's that? Underwater driving.
I don't know.
Is that a typo? It should be diving? I don't know. That's a great way.
You can't dive over water.
No. Underwater driving. I'll have to look that one up. That's a great way to get to know each other's skills and maybe each other's fears too. Have we ever done any? We went, let's see, what have we done? We've gone hiking together. I wouldn't call that an adventure.
Usually everything we do together involves some sort of audio or video recording.
I'm really hoping that's on the list somewhere.
That's
We're gonna have
all
to
we
find
do.
out. Okay, I'm going to say no to that one.
We've done some video recording in the woods,
Mhm.
if that counts as an adventure.
Geocaching.
Yeah, the geocaching. Yeah, you took me through that whole experience and how it works and all that. But
Anybody who wants to see us geocaching and walking in the woods together, you could check out the Smorgasbord Woods project that we did last year.
I don't know. To me, though, the camping thing and either like a rafting trip or something, that's something you'd want to do, I think, with your partner, your girlfriend, whatever. To me, that would be
Mhm.
a fun way to have time with your girlfriend, or
Yeah,
to me, like an all guy. I don't know,
right,
like an all guy fishing trip or something.
right.
I don't know. For some reason, that's not grabbing me as something I'd want to do.
No,
But if you mix the men and the women together, then it can be
like
more fun because
like a couple street retreat. kind of
yeah,
thing, yeah,
something like that maybe, or just friends, whatever. But mix it up.
yeah. Oh, here you go, Dave. Watching fashion channels. Okay. I got to read this.
Yeah, put your glasses back on. Read it again.
Yeah, it says watching fashion channels. This is something that all guys like to do.
What?
Says who? Most men watch fashion channels together and play the game of rating models on a scale of 1 to 10. You can too. No, you too can enjoy playing this game and have some fun discussing women and their assets. That's a talk that all guys are always ready for. First of all,
Have you ever done that?
never. What's a fashion channel?
What's a fashion channel?
Is that like the E channel? They do like runway type fashion
Uh-huh.
shows and things on there, maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never. No, I would say 0 on that.
Yeah.
Number 6, shopping for gadgets. Women are sometimes not as tech savvy as men are, so take your friends along to a gadget showroom and test and purchase any new gadgets that you might like. It could range from gaming devices to phones to anything else that fancies you. Well, we're getting a little warmer here. I mean, I can see us going to like a Guitar Center or something and playing around with.
Yeah, okay, but I don't know. Shopping, like, hey, Chris, let's get together and go shopping. It's like,
Window shopping.
that's never happened.
No, never.
0.
Number 7, watching action flicks. Men love the speed and thrill of action movies. Have a movie marathon of your favorite action flicks and watch them together. Of course, most action films also have a hot female character, which is your added bonus. Never.
That's a 0. I think the only thing that we ever really watch together on TV might be some sort of concert footage. Perhaps
Mhm.
that. And then that guy on YouTube that drinks a gallon of vodka at a time.
Oh, yeah.
Shoe Nice or something.
Yeah, Shoe Nice.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
We watch Shoe Nice and we watch The Wall.
Song remains the same.
ELO and live.
Spinal Tap, maybe.
Spinal Tap. I don't know. I mean, it's
Nothing.
I don't know. Nothing. 0.
No.
0.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Number 8, eating good food. Go and check out a new restaurant in town that you've been reading about or hearing a lot about. Men always love food and conversation over food, and the drinks can be great too.
No, that's a yes.
That's a yes. We've done that.
We've certainly done that.
Yes. So far we like to eat and drink. Okay.
Mhm.
Number 9, play video games. I didn't even do that as a kid.
No, I was never took that route. Pac-Man and when those games first came out.
The old saying that boys will be boys is true. Despite their age, men enjoy video games, one of the most popular male bonding activities. You can always see them tied to that computer game on the couch because it's a great way to relax. Men like to compete and cooperate in challenges. You'll find that men playing online with friends, virtually, or exploring the fantasy world of adventure games, it feels just like hunting.
Oh. First of all, there's no way a man invented the term male bonding. Okay.
That's true.
I don't think a man would come up with that myself. I don't know. I've never even researched it. I don't know. Maybe I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But I just don't think men think of getting together as, hey, let's get together and I need to bond. You know?
No.
I mean, hang maybe. Let's get together
That
and
sounds
hang.
like a female
hang
thing
out,
where they
or
said, yeah, you guys need some bonding time.
yeah, the women say that.
Go out and play.
You haven't gone out and you need some bonding time.
Yeah. Because we don't like to open up and get like compassionate, and
we don't socialize and get fuzzy wuzzy.
Yeah. So go and relate with your boyfriends. Okay. Number 10, play with tools. Repair what's broken. Have a broken car or computer, call your male friends over and maybe you could fix it together.
That would be a thing if I knew how to fix anything, but I don't.
No, I don't.
I don't.
Or help out your friends when some of their gadgets are broken. Men like fixing things, and doing it together is even more interesting. There is a connection between man and the toolbox. For them, fixing and demolishing things is fun. You will see them gathered around their buddies trying to fix a car or a machine. There is a fascination attached to renovating and constructing. It's the power to create, and men like to work as a team to solve a problem. Helping a friend to overhaul, adjust, or rectify something is a challenge men like to undertake.
That could be true. I think it probably is true, but I don't think that's something that we've done.
No, I usually call a service guy because I just can't do anything.
After righty tighty, lefty loosey, I'm calling somebody.
Yeah.
Right.
Number 10 or number 11. Go for a haircut together.
You're kidding me. You gotta be kidding.
Enjoy time at the barber shop and catch up with friends as you get a new haircut. Moreover, you could experiment with new looks based on what your friends suggest. Or if someone in your gang is trying to impress a girl lately, take that friend of yours for a haircut and get him something nice so he can look smarter and more attractive. Unlike women who look for fancy hair salons for the looks, men are enticed by the company of the barber. At the barbers, old men, interesting stories of people with different lifestyles, classic hairstyles, and the latest in sports. As a man gets his haircut, he also gets to hear about war stories, what's happening in society, and wisdom for the day.
You still feeling like a man, Chris?
I really don't anymore. I did when I started this recording, as I was chowing down on my pretzel and my beer.
I have never wanted to go.
No?
Get a haircut socially with others. No.
Never.
Have
you ever been to an actual barber shop?
Yeah, I have, but I don't know. It seemed like the barbers, they cut differently. It's a different approach.
I've been fascinated by the barber shop. They're starting to open up a lot more, and they're becoming a little more fancy. We've got one open up in Plainfield, and they've got all the chrome, sinks and the chairs, and it's a beautiful place. It doesn't look like it's not your father's barber shop. It's just
right. Yeah, they probably had to make some adjustments because people are looking for, No, I admit it. I don't mind if I go to a place and there's I like personally. I enjoy having a woman give me the haircut.
Yeah,
it's usually an enjoyable conversation.
I've never had a male
and it's
hairstylist.
Nicer to have a woman kind of touching you there,
sure,
all over your head, than a guy doing it.
Yeah,
for me,
sure.
So I that's why I don't really gravitate toward the barber thing.
No, I don't want the man handling me.
I mean, there could be a woman barber.
Yeah,
I've never seen one, but
no.
Personally,
maybe those are the guys that go in there are actually going in there for that male experience.
Maybe, that could be it. But for me, I always wanted to have to sit there and have a conversation with probably a woman I've never seen before and probably never will see again.
Yeah.
But it's more enjoyable for me that way.
Well, I had the same hairstylist for first one for about 10 years and then the second one about 10 years. So I'm a pretty loyal customer when I find one. But then my most recent one moved to Texas, so I had to start over again. So I started just going down the street to the hair cuttery.
Okay. Yeah.
So number 12, work out together. Go to the gym together, work out like real men.
Okay. I did used to do that.
Yeah.
I work with, when I worked on a loading dock, there were 3 of us that would go work out. So we did that. And that was fun. You spot each other with the free weights. And
yeah. I mean, I did it once or
so
twice.
I didn't mind that.
It's not an ongoing thing with me. I usually go if I'm in and out. I'm not there to socialize. Yeah. Compete on crunches and cycle time. And that way your gym visits will become less boring with the company of your friends. Go to a nightclub.
Okay. Well, we've done that.
We've done
kind
that.
of stuff.
Okay, I'll check that.
Usually involving music.
What better than going to a nightclub and check it out, girls? Be each other's wingmen and try to get each other's dates. We never did that.
No.
Hey, you see my friend over there sitting over there by himself? He kind of likes you. See ya. I haven't been to a nightclub in 25 years.
Yeah.
Remember that though? I mean, you kind of look forward to the weekends. Like, did we ever go to, like the Snuggery was one place in suburbs.
Right. I mean, we've done some of that stuff.
And then we moved into the city. I used to go to a place called Neo. It was kind of alternative place, but I don't know. Not a big thing.
For me,
I checked it off because I've done it, but
yeah,
it's not a regular
right.
thing.
If there's music and if there's live music involved, I'm more likely to want to go.
Yeah.
But if it's just a place where people hang out and just stand around and hold their drinks and
right, pose.
Yeah, that would be a no for me.
Yeah.
But when it involves music, we've seen some
Yeah.
quite a bit of live music through the years.
That's true. Yeah, we did the blues
Yeah.
bar, in September. So
Right.
Number 14, go fishing. We talked about this earlier.
Yeah.
Fishing is no walk in the park. One has to deal with a ton of things, including boats, weather, gear, bait, and other related stuff. However, you can't take away the serenity and opportunity for one-on-one bonding that fishing brings. It's a great way to catch up with a friend you haven't seen in a long while. You're stuck on a boat together for a while, and you kind of have to, engage.
Right. There is time to talk when you're just in a boat sitting there. That's true.
There's also bragging rights if you catch a big fish, and remember to carry a few beers. Number 15, barbecue party. I've never fished. Maybe once in my growing up, I fished, but I never took a boat out with a guy. My dad wasn't a fisherman, so I didn't really.
Yeah, I wasn't either, but I when I've had a friend who liked to fish, then I would go and learn and do those types of things. But on my own, I never wanted to do that either.
No.
Be an angler.
Number 15, barbecue party. Arrange for a cool poolside party where all you guys can swim and cook some awesome barbecue food. Catch up on Saturday nights and play a few card games as well if you'd like. I'd say no. I don't make a big deal out of it. I grill and I'll bring
it's very informal.
Yeah.
It's not an event.
It's not that planned out. Yeah. I don't have a swimming pool. Number 16. Go for a holiday together. What? Like a bachelor party, gather all of your male friends and go for a holiday abroad. This is a clue that this must be a European article because they're calling it a holiday. We don't
right to go on holiday.
That's a dead giveaway. So maybe these are European males. Maybe that might explain a lot more. Go for a holiday abroad to exciting destinations like Bangkok or Amsterdam. where you can spend some time in strip clubs, casinos, and get to do some sightseeing. Okay. No. And then
Well, we have done a little bit of that, but it always involves some sort of a bachelor party situation. I mean, the only times I've ever been to the, as Al Bundy would say, the nudie bar
yes,
was, it always involved a bachelor party.
That's right.
Otherwise, that's never been my thing.
no. No. Sorry, keep talking.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of Married with Children lately because it comes on around midnight. So I've been reliving my my lifelong crush on Katie Seagal.
Oh yeah.
And other than that, not too much more to say about that. I think if you knew an Al Bundy for real,
Yeah.
if it was a real guy, you just would not like him at all.
No, not at all.
No. But as a character on a TV show, it's different.
I have a couple minutes bit here. You know Brian Regan?
Oh, you introduced me to him.
That's right.
He's hilarious.
He's got this clip here, 2-minute clip that I thought tied in nicely with what we just talked about. This is from an appearance on David Letterman a few years back. Let me play this and we'll be right back on the SmorgShow podcast.
Yeah, a friend asked me if I wanted to go fishing, which is weird. A guy would feel comfortable asking another guy to go fishing, but a guy would never feel comfortable asking another guy to do the same exact thing, but leave out the fishing part. Hey, Charlie, I was thinking this weekend I could swing by real early, pick you up, take you out to this lake I know about. It's beautiful out there. Could watch the sun come up. The way that glistens off the lake in the early morn, something I wouldn't want you to miss. And I figured we could just spend the day sitting real close together on a boat. You up to doing something like that with me? Can we try to kill something? Feels less weird if we're trying to kill something. Same thing with hunting. Imagine describing hunting, but just leaving out the hunting part of the explanation. Hey, Toby, good news. I found a tree fort out in the woods. I figured you and I could cozy up in that all night. Maybe wear some matching outfits. Whisper softly to each other. And if the situation's right, maybe we could put some makeup on each other's face. Thank you. Thanks.
This is Breaking Baba News. Woman burnt alive by father for marrying outside caste. A 19-year-old woman who was leaving her home to marry a man outside her caste was allegedly burnt to death by her father in a Madhya Pradesh village this morning in what appears to be a suspected case of honor killing, police said. The incident took place in Chanpur Sarkar village in Kandwan district, about 250 kilometers from Bhopal. Maxi Bai's father, Sundar Lal Yadav, age 52, has been arrested, and his brother, Rajendra Yadav, age 28, detained, a police official said. An initial inquiry revealed that the family members opposed her decision to marry a man who belonged to another caste. However, she remained adamant, and this apparently enraged her family members. Kadwal police station in charge, Kalwash Pansay, said. When the woman was leaving her home at around 7:30 a.m., Her father stopped her and allegedly set her on fire by pouring kerosene over her. The girl died on the spot. Neighbors rushed to the spot after hearing screams of the woman and informed the police. The body has been sent for post-mortem and further investigations are underway, he added. Bride burning is a form of domestic violence practiced in countries located on or around the Indian subcontinent. A category of dowry death, bride burning occurs when a young woman is murdered by her husband or his family for her family's refusal to pay additional dowry. The wife is typically doused with kerosene, gasoline, or other flammable liquid and set alight, leading to death by fire. Kerosene being often used as the cooking fuel with dangerous small petrol stoves, so it allows the claim that the crime was an accident. It is most common in India and has been a major problem there since at least 1993. This crime has been treated as culpable homicide. If proven, is usually accordingly punished by up to lifelong imprisonment or death. Bride burning has been recognized as an important problem in India, accounting for 2,500 deaths per year in the country. This is Breaking Baba News.
Thank you, Baba, master of the wide open spaces between the ears. We're back here, the SmorgShow podcast, Chris and Dave. So we're just wrapping up this episode. The manly Palentine episode.
So far, I'm not relating to most of your list there. That's the thing.
No. What was our final score?
Well, I think
three activities out of the 17 or something.
I mean, right now we're enjoying watching the progress bar on downloading the MP3 file.
Yeah.
From the earlier part.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we're doing that.
We had
That's bonding.
We had a little snafu here that we realized during the Baba segment that we hadn't been recording. I have two digital recorders here that always go, and one is a backup to the other, because sometimes I'll find out that one of our recordings is distorted and then the other one is better. And so I take the better of the two recordings. But I was an imbecile this time. I didn't start either one of them. So they were stuck at the 0 timer. So I'm thinking, oh man, we just went through 45 minutes of recording and we lost it all.
It happens.
But fortunately, because we were doing a live stream on YouTube, we were able to get the audio from the YouTube video to use as the primary source. So all to say is we saved all of that genius comedy, because that would have been lost for the ages.
We never could have recreated that. I mean, that was gold. Gold.
That was gold. That was like as good as Chris and Dave gets. We don't get any better.
It was gold, Jerry. Gold.
So as I was preparing the show today, I came across just some history on the man cave. Well, not really history. It just talks. It's a Wikipedia installment of the man cave, and I was just reading because I would consider this my man cave. This is our studio, but it really is a man cave. But I was looking at pictures of other man caves, and most of them are sports themed.
Yeah.
Big,
pool tables, foosball tables,
pool tables,
bar, perhaps.
Bar for sure. Theater, and I don't have any of that. What do I have? I've got recording devices. I've got microphones, got lots of lava lamps in here. Just a lot of memorabilia. But I was just reading up on the man cave here. The man cave or man space, less commonly man land or mantuary, is a male retreat or sanctuary in a home, such as a specially equipped garage, spare bedroom, media room, den, or basement. Okay, so we're in the basement. The term man cave is a metaphor describing a room inside the house, such as the basement or garage or attic or office, or outside the house, such as a woodshed, a tool room, where male family members are supposed to be able to do as they please without fear of upsetting any female sensibility, about house decor or design.
But usually it's called a man cave, I think, for a reason, because it's usually one man's area,
That's true.
not so much a gathering place. It's not like a tree house concept.
No.
It's like, to me, it means like traditionally the male role involves going out into the world and procuring whatever for the family, hunting, gathering, whatever. But then there are times when we also need to go as men, we need to go inward instead of outward. So I think that's kind of the psychological, in my own words. I mean, a psychologist would probably say, better, but I think it just involves the need to go inward as opposed to outward.
Right.
And we go outward a lot. It's kind of just, I think it's kind of a natural thing, in my opinion. Some things are just natural things. That's another discussion, I'm sure. But then we need to go in sometimes to do some sort of activity. In your case, if you just look around your man cave, you can see, oh, Chris likes to podcast and record things, and there's equipment and microphones and things like that. And in my man cave, it would be more musical instrument, amp, music books, things like that. So it's a outward expression of yourself. It's a place you can retreat to do those inner things. So if I had when you're not out in the world hunting and gathering. Right. So if I had a son or sons, it wouldn't really be a man cave still, right? You wouldn't do something with your sons. You would still be, it would be your man cave. It'd be my man cave. With sons are welcome, friends are welcome, but it's supposed to be one man's expression. I think so. Okay. It's your area. That's what I thought. And you're inviting your peeps. My peeps. You're one of my peeps, Dave. And your son would need his own at some point. Yeah. Man caves have multiple purposes. They are a place to be alone, to indulge in hobbies, and to hang out with male friends. It is loosely a male-only space to retreat to watch sports matches, play video games, or hang out with friends. According to a psychiatrist and author, Scott Haltzman, it is important for a man to have a place to call his own, referring to a male area to which to retreat. Rules are relaxed. It is a place where other people's sensibilities about standards of cleanliness are not necessarily observed. Okay, I wouldn't have even gone there with the cleanliness thing. That's why I allow you to, leave salt from your pretzel all over the floor. Thank you. And I don't really care. Yeah, that's great. I'm not going to sanitize your seat after you leave. Okay. Clean the microphone off. That's appreciated. In a sense, for married men, it is a way to recreate some of the space and freedom of their pad, frat house, or college dorm room where people could come and go as if they own the place. It is where a man doesn't have to be on his best behavior, where no women are around, and is supposed to be able to relax. This kind of goes on and on about the psychology around why men need a man cave. I don't think I need to go into it. It's I think part of it is a decorating thing too, because really traditionally, probably in most cases, in a husband and wife situation, it's the woman who really decides how the house will be decorated. Yes, it talks about that. Yeah, so I think because it's just a natural thing. I think a lot of things are just natural things, and some things we just can't change. And a lot of things, I'm all for doing activities that you want to do that traditionally have been one sex or the other. I'm all for trying whatever you want to do in life, but I think some things are just nature exerting these biological principles, and one of those things is that the woman usually is the one who's in charge of the home in most cases, and then the male type of energy. It doesn't necessarily have to be a man, but the male kind of energy wants to go out there. So women have that male energy too, and they go out there and hunt and gather as well. But I mean, the part of us that wants to go inward into yourself and work on an activity, writing your first novel or composing your symphony, you have to do that alone. Yeah. Oh, here's a little bit about the design of a man cave.
according to several sources, the general architectural and design trend is for men to take a traditionally male-only space and enhance them with improvements in masculine aesthetic choices. Man caves can be equipped with accessories such as refrigerators, vending machines. I need to install something like that in here. Putting greens.
What would you charge, you think, when your friends come over for stuff like that? Chips and...
Yeah, I don't know. What's the going rate?
I don't know.
$2? $1.50?
$1.50?
$1.50, I think sounds right. Yeah, bag of chips.
3 ounces of chips.
Yeah. I actually had a cocktail table video game in my dorm room in college. I don't know if you remember that. It was one of those, not Pac-Man, but it was one of those sit-down cocktail tables. And I activated it so that you didn't have to put any coins in. And that was my mistake. I should have left it on so that people, because people always were coming in and they wanted to play the game. I couldn't get rid of them. But if I had put like 25 cents or something, I could have been making money.
Yeah.
And I could have reduced the people coming into the house, into their dorm room. But I also, I was playing around with all the little switches inside on the motherboard to turn off the coin requirement. But it also had a switch for endless lives. So when you get killed 3 times and the game's over and you never get to that next level, you want to keep going to the next level in the game. I turned off the 3 life limit so that I kept getting killed.
And you just keep going.
I kept going. It's like the Terminator. I just kept going. And I was able to go through all the levels. It was pretty cool. Good times.
I like that.
So that would have been a good man cave edition in here. Entertainment centers. Man cave can also be fitted with a bar, sports memorabilia such as trophies. Yeah, none of that here. Just a lot of electronics, which is fine. And I like the lights of the buzzing of the neon lights and the, what do you call it?
Yeah.
Lava lamps and all that sort of
But
thing.
you don't mind it if Kim comes down here, right? I mean,
No, but she chooses not to.
Oh.
She doesn't usually come in here. The only time she comes in here is when she has to have something printed off, and there's a printer down here. And Allie's spending less time down here too.
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily be territorial about it. For me, I wouldn't care. I mean,
No, I wouldn't. Get out of my man cave.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that way either.
No, there's just nothing in here for her. She has no desire to come down here.
Right.
Nor she would be able
As
to.
you planned it.
As I planned it.
There's nothing,
nothing to do.
Let's see, there's nothing here that Kim would like, right? Okay.
No,
Great.
nothing. Well, I think that's a good episode, Dave. I think we can wrap up now. What do you think?
All right. Yeah. I think Palentine's Day is a thing now.
I think so. We're going to have to make it an annual thing now.
But they need to make a separate list for men who are not the traditional, let's go to the hardware store and build a bench kind of guys.
That's right.
You know?
All right.
We'll have to make our own list.
Let's do that. Well, thanks everybody for listening. Once again, this is the Smorgasbord Radio Show, SmorgShow Podcast, 312-95-SMORG, feedback at smorgshowpodcast.com. And you can find all of our archives and crazy antics at smorgshow.com. No charge. We'll talk to you again very soon. Have a good Valentine's, Palentine's, Galentine's Day.